Good afternoon. My name is Prabjo, and today I'm here to prove to you why the novel The Color Purple, written by Alice Walker, is an example of great literature. The novel begins in Sally's point of view when she is writing journal entries to God, telling him about her life and the hardships that she has endured. Sally is a young African-American girl who at the beginning of the novel is 14 and lives in a world full of abuse as well as racism. At a young age, she was sexually assaulted and abused by her father, which mentally scars her for many years to come. After her horrible experience with her father, he then decides to get her married off to a man who only needs her for working purposes. In order to save her little sister, she accepts the offer and lives a lonely and abusive life. Due to her horrible relationships with many people, she is not able to confide in anybody except for God and restricts herself to writing her inner feelings to him until Shug Avery comes along. Shug is the only person who shows affection towards Sally and helps her from going to a quiet, restricted girl to a respectable and independent woman by the end of the novel. There are many reasons why the novel The Color Purple is a good piece of literature, one of them being the critical commentary. There is a wide range of praise from literary critics that have been made towards the novel The Color Purple. Many of these critics comment on the unique voice of her protagonist Sally throughout the novel. Another reason is because of the universal truth portrayed throughout the novel. Alice Walker displays an evident universal truth, and it is strong in her novel, which states, "One must have faith in order to overcome any obstacles that stand in their way." The last reason that it provides a powerful message throughout the theme of the novel. The style that Alice Walker wrote her novel in, one of the many aspects it centers around are gender roles. In reading the novel, Walker is able to disrupt the traditional gender roles and convey a strong message throughout it. The first reason why this novel is an outstanding example of literature is because of the critical commentary. For example, one of the many commentaries was made by Charles L. Proudfit, who comments on the unique voice of Sally, stating, "Many praise Walker for the creation of a unique voice, Sally, a poor, uneducated African-American woman who is able to represent the themes of strength and adversity, independence, and self-assertion throughout the values of community." Proudfit discusses the distinct characteristics and the social position of the protagonist, stating that because of the way Alice Walker created Sally helps to create a strong character in her book. Many readers read from Sally's point of view of her being poor, uneducated, and African woman in society. Knowing her position in society, the ability of her to develop into an independent, strong, and assertive woman from what she began as helps the novel to have a strong plotline and unique view of achieving something that was hard to attain when she started her life. The second reason is because of the universal truth that is evident in the literature. The truth portrayed is that one must have faith in order to overcome obstacles in their way. An example of this truth would be when Sally talks about her faith in religion and herself, saying, "I believe. God is inside you and inside everybody else. You come into the world with God, but only them that search for it inside find guidance and strength in themselves." In this part of the novel, Sally talks about the importance of not only having faith in God, but also having it in order to obtain strength and guidance in her life as well as herself. This universal truth being present in The Color Purple enhances the literature because of the overall message that it provides the reader with. It conveys that as long as you have a sense of faith in your life, it will help to build strength and determination to achieve anything you desire. The last reason is because of the powerful message that it conveys throughout the theme of the novel. One of the many aspects of the novel is the gender roles and the disruption of the traditional roles of both men and women throughout the literature. An example of this would be when Sophia shows dominance in her relationship. Harpo was sitting outside crying. I asked him, "What's wrong?" He said that I want Sophia to do what I say, like you do for Pot. Sophia do what she want. Don't pay no mind to me at all. I try to beat her, but she give me black eyes instead. Many characters in Walker's novel break the traditional gender roles from both male and female. Sophia's dominance and strength in her relationship with Harpo, and Harpo not obtaining any power in his relationship, show difference between the characters' gender and their traits. By doing this, Walker tries to draw attention to the gender and does not determine the traits that one possesses, and in fact that it is more complex than that. Her novel breaks the barriers of traditional gender roles. Overall, The Color Purple is an outstanding piece of literature when looking at the positive critical commentary, the universal truth evident throughout the text, and the powerful message through the theme. Alice Alice Walker's novel has raised controversy over the many years after it was published regarding the depiction of African American men as well as the position of women in society. Many authors during the 1950s wouldn't have been daring enough to write such a controversial novel, and being able to write a novel that displays in detail how society was ran during the century was very bold of her. Thank you.